Hey, friend. Today, I want to talk to you about the one habit that gives you the breakthrough you've been needing and longing for. And here's the thing, it may not be what you think it is. Here's what usually happens when we decide to change our health, at least if you operate anything like I do. I want to change everything at once, like all of it, like right now. I used to call myself the all or nothing girl, and then it fails us because it always does. Nobody can hold 10 new habits at once. So we tell ourselves we just need to give ourselves grace upon grace. But can we be honest for a second? Sometimes grace upon grace upon grace turns into a large pour of wine and cutting little pieces of brownie off the pan, one corner at a time, until you look down and realize a quarter or a half of the pan is just gone. Just me? I don't think so. And here's what I've realized after years of doing this: everybody has a cornerstone habit, and it's different for every person. So I want you to think about an actual building. Clearly, I am not a construction girl, but I've heard stories about what a cornerstone means. And a cornerstone is the first stone set in a foundation. It's a stone that gets set in the reference to all the other stones, one stone, and everything else lines up to it. And that's what I mean by cornerstone habit. It's not the biggest habit. It's not the hardest habit. It's the one that when it's in place makes every other habit easier. And sometimes it makes habit change in certain areas unnecessary because it just happens. I've coached women in their health comeback stories for years now. And here's the mistake I used to make early on. When a client told me they hadn't been getting their workouts in, I would just brush past it. I tell them, don't worry about that. We don't need to work out to get incredible results. We're going to focus 99% on nutrition. That's going to change your body. But here's what kept happening. The same women who couldn't stick to their workouts couldn't stick to even the simplest nutrition plan, no matter how easy I made it. And it took me a while to realize that for them, movement was the cornerstone. The second we added movement back in, even just a little, everything shifted. They stuck to program, they got incredible results. Movement was the stone everything else was lining up against. And I thought for the longest time that my own cornerstone habit was cutting carbs and sugar. And gosh, that really helps. But I had 6 babies in 12 years, so I was up at night nursing and soothing restless toddlers, and I was running on fumes. And once the baby started sleeping through the night, I started sleeping through the night, and everything else I wanted to build became so much more simple. But here's the twist. Sleep in general wasn't actually my cornerstone. Getting in bed early was not my cornerstone either. I tried that for a long time and it did not move the needle. But after a ton of trial and a ton of error, I found it. It's kind of embarrassing, but my cornerstone habit was plugging my phone into the charger in the closet, not in my room, not in my nightstand, in the closet or on the bathroom counter. So it wasn't the first thing I saw in the morning. It wasn't a temptation at night. It wasn't even an option if I woke up at 2 a.m. That one shift changed everything. Going to bed earlier got easier, falling asleep faster got easier, waking up earlier got easier, having quiet time in the morning got easier. And when I had sleep, I had self control. One stone, everything else lined up. I see this with clients constantly. Some of them just need a structure around nutrition. So we set alarms on their phone when it's time to eat, and something clicks in their brain. Others need to meal prep the one meal I have them make every week on the weekend. And that habit makes their entire week flow well. Different stone, different person, same principle every time. So here's what I want you to sit with today. What do you think your cornerstone habit might be? Is it sleep, stress management, setting boundaries with people in your life, moving your body, structuring your nutrition, choosing accountability? See, one tiny step today is to try one habit change that could be your cornerstone and see if that one simple pivot changes everything around it. Let me know what you're going to try in the comments below. I want to hear it and I promise I'll respond. And I want to remind you, you are an overcomer. You just have to dare to begin. So let's begin today.